Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy, and I'm your ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the New International Version. We are in the book of Isaiah, and we are in chapter 30. Yet another prophecy. Woe to the obstinate nation. Woe to the obstinate children, declares the Lord. To those who carry out plans that are not mine, forming an alliance, but not by my spirit, heaping sin upon sin, who go down to Egypt without consulting me, who look for help to Pharaoh's protection, to Egypt's shade for refuge, but Pharaoh's protection will be your shame. Egypt's shade will be your disgrace. Though they have officials in Zone, and their envoys have arrived in Hanes, everyone will be put to shame because of a people useless to them, who bring neither help nor advantage, but only shame and disgrace. An oracle concerning the animals of the Negev. Through a land of hardship and distress, of lions and lionesses, of adders and darting snakes, the envoys carry their riches on donkeys' backs, their treasure on the humps of camels, to that unprofitable nation, to Egypt, whose help is utterly useless. Therefore, I call her Rahab, the do-nothing. I'm not kidding. R-A-H-A-B, the do-nothing. Go now. Write it on a tablet for them. Inscribe it on a scroll for the days to come. It may be an everlasting witness. These are rebellious people, deceitful children, children unwilling to listen to the world's instruction. They say to the seers, see no more visions. And to the prophets, give us no more visions of what is right. Tell us pleasant things, prophesy illusions. Leave this way, get off this path, and stop confronting us with the Holy One of Israel. And haters gonna hate. And that's the truth. It doesn't matter how far back you go. Therefore, this is what the Holy One of Israel says. Because you have rejected this message, relied on oppression, and depended upon deceit, this sin will become for you like a high wall, cracked and bulging, that collapses suddenly in an instant. It will break in pieces like pottery, shattered so mercilessly that among its pieces not a fragment will be found. For taking coals from a hearth or scooping water out of a cistern. This is what the sovereign Lord, the Holy One of Israel, says. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it. You said, no, we flee on horses. Therefore you will flee. You said, we will ride on a swift horse. Therefore, your pursuers will be swift. 1,000 will flee at the threat of one. At the threat of 5, you will all flee away until you are left like a flagstaff on a mountaintop, like a banner on a hill. Yet the Lord longs to be gracious to you. He rises to show you compassion. For the Lord is the God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for him. O people of Zion who live in Jerusalem, you will weep no more. How gracious will be when you cry for help. As though he hears, he will answer you. Although the Lord gives you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, your teachers will be hidden no more. With your own eyes, you will see them, whether you turn to the right or to the left. Your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. That's pretty specific, pretty direct, consistent in my experience. Then you will defile your idols overlaid with silver and your images covered with gold. You will throw them away like a menstrual cloth and say to them, away with you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate too. He will also send you rain for the seed you sow in the ground. And for the food that comes from the land will be rich and plentiful. In that day your cattle will graze in broad meadows. The oxen and donkey will work the soil. You will eat fodder and mash, spread out with fork and shovel. In the day of great slaughter, when the towers fall, streams of water will flow on every high mountain and every lofty hill. The moon will shine like the sun, so it'll be a full moon, and the sunlight will be 7 times brighter, like the light of 7 full days, when the Lord binds up the bruises of his people and heals the wounds of his inflicted. Well, definitely they're in a desert, so the sun shines especially hotter and brighter in the desert, in my experience, since I actually live in one. See, the name of the Lord comes from afar, with burning anger and dense clouds of smoke. His lips are full of wrath, and his tongue is a consuming fire. His breath is like a rushing torrent, rising up to the neck. He shakes the nations in the sieve of destruction. He places in the jaws of the peoples a bit that leads them astray. You will sing on as the night. You will celebrate a holy festival. Your hearts will rejoice when peoples go up with flutes to the mountain of the Lord, to the rock of Israel. The Lord will cause men to hear his majestic voice and will make them see his arm coming down with raging anger and consuming fire, with cloudbursts, thunderstorms, and hail. The voice of the Lord will shatter Assyria. His scepter will strike them down. Every stroke the Lord lays on them with his punishing rod will be to the music of tambourines and harps, as he fights them in battle with blows of his arms. Topeth, that's Topheth, has long been prepared. It has been made ready for the king. Its fire pit has been made deep and wide, and with abundance of fire and wood. The breath of the Lord, like a stream of burning sulfur, sets it ablaze. So God is going to, burn down some city, apparently, in this battle. And again, these things happened to Jerusalem at the time of the Babylonian diaspora in the 500s, or for Jerusalem, it's Babylonian, but for Israel, it's Assyrian, which is during the time frame that Isaiah does live to. Now, we're not in the chapter where it's the scholars feel it's the split between the two time frames in his life, because there is a decided split between one area of his life and another, like one time frame of his life and another. A 15-year break occurs between one chapter and another, but we're not quite there. We're winding towards it. The next video will be Woe to Those Who Rely on Egypt, chapter 31, and I hope you will join me there.